Alright, guys. Alright, so boom. So boom. So check it, bro. Vigilance 2030, 2090, 30. A bunch of numbers. It's in the title. You know what the fuck is going on. So check me out, bro. Listen, this game, right? Indie game. I've been seeing pop up here and there. Back, I seen it a little bit during the previous E3 or Gamescom, whatever. You know, the big event passing. And I didn't talk about it mainly because it was like something that was. I didn't see the point in talking about it if it was so far away, you know what I mean? Also, I didn't have my channel at that point. Anyway, so check me out. This game was along another cyberpunk game, but that was like a more like a store kind of game, or where you upgrade a store, play, do the cooking role, you know the deal. But this one is more similar to the Cyberpunk 2077. It's basically 2077, 2099. You get the comparison, right? So the reason I haven't talked about this until now, mainly because I haven't seen a reason to, but they are gonna have a booth in an upcoming game conference, right? And people now started to give a little hype to this, okay? Now that when Cyberpunk flopped, right, and before it got the resurgency, people are looking at this game, right? And first, let's talk about this game first off, alright? So it's open world RPG, you know the deal, and it can be played in first and third person, as you see right now, and it's a bounty hunting game, so get your targets, kill your targets, blah blah, you know the deal. It's indie developed, so small team to one person, who knows, what's the difference? I mean, come on. And it's just cyberpunk bounty hunting, to be honest. You can do hacking, parkour, you get the deal, bro. It's got the full package, presumably, because everything you see right now is beta and testing and pre-alpha, you know the deal. It's a lot of stuff like that. So right, people were comparing this to cyberpunk, and people were like, oh, cyberpunk killer, blah blah blah. This, do I think it compared to cyberpunk? I don't know. I gotta see more of the game. But it's an indie game going against a company that got millions, billions. They got money, right? So even if they could do it better, will it be? It might not be up to the quality that that Cyberpunk at least shipped at, right? So it may be less buggy. That's not hard to overlook. But as for the game, it looks amazing. Now, guys, I want you to remember something, okay? Just because a game is on Unreal Engine 5 does not mean it's a masterpiece. Doesn't mean it's gonna look better. Unreal Engine 5 does have more tools that stem towards looking good, but that doesn't mean the game's gonna run good. I know everybody's fucking nutting and butting over Nanite, but Nanite is a good system, but Unity also has dots. You know the deal. So just because it's on that platform, just because it's on Unreal Engine 5, don't let it just cloud your mind and cloud your judgment. Okay, not saying it's a bad game, not saying it's a great game, but just because just like I said with the day before the scam, just because it moved to Unreal Engine 5 doesn't mean it's gonna be a better game. Okay, so let's just cut that right now, right? I am excited to see what's going to come of this game. For me, the reason I don't particularly be like, oh my god, this is going to be amazing, because it feels messy, right? It feels like, see, look, right now, if you look at these like cities and stuff, it looks kind of atmosphere breathy, but then when you're walking around on the ground, it feels kind of dense and enclosed. And in Cyberpunk, I only been down this street recently. It was in my second to last playthrough, and I went down this busy street that felt that way. But the rest of Cyberpunk is actually more open-ended. See how everything is crowded in, the holograms, people are stuffed in. It feels kind of cramped, and that's not obviously a bad thing. If it was Cyberpunk dystopian, that's what it would be. You know what I mean? But it just felt. It just felt like that's all it had, And when you're seeing this game, that's all you see. You see people standing around. You see a lot of glowing lights, and you see a lot of reflections. And I think that's sugarcoating the rest of the gameplay. You know what I mean? Show me you playing a mission. I was gonna say I need to see some UI, and I did see some UI recently in this clip just now. So. You know what I mean? So it's just can I see something other than long hallways? I know there's a couple shooting scenes and stuff like that. I hope in the booth that they're going to be upcoming, that they show more about the actual playing of the game. Like have somebody play it, have somebody describe what's going on. Do something other than walk through an alley full of robots, people, and neon signs. You know what I mean? It's cool. It's cool to see. You like look at the first time, but after like the 15th hallway and the occasional shootout and parkour, then it gets kind of bland. You know, we'll see something different. Like, can you sit down? Can you go for a drink? Can you drive? Well, you could drive a car, yeah, the flying car. Are there any regular cars? I guess not, because you know they're all hovering. But like, what else can we do? Because everything in this trailer's not even a full trailer. It's like half. It's not really a trailer, just more of just showing you various scenes, demos, and action. So yeah, they have the parkour, like I said, hacking. They got the vehicle. They got first person and third person, which people really wanted in Cyberpunk. And to be honest, if a game like Cyberpunk or a genre like Cyberpunk, if they do have a game, you would kind of need, if there's any amount of customization like in Cyberpunk or in this game, I'm presuming, then you would need third person. Like, what's the point of customizing character? You don't see it in Cyberpunk. You only see it in like 4 to 5 of the like main story scenes. And to be honest, like obviously wasn't the, people don't know. But, I mean, hold on, let me explain. When you finish Cyberpunk, at least with my ending, you get to see your player for, like, I believe, I don't know if it was the first time, but it felt like the first time, because you never get to see your character other than the fingers and the occasional mirror if you're feeling choicey, you know what I mean? But yeah, after I finish this long game, I see my character for the first time, and he's looking sad, depressed, whatever, you know what I mean? And then I'm like, yo, this is actually, because I love Cyberpunk's story. That's why it's my second favorite single player game. So it has a great story, and I guess seeing my character at the end of it gave it sort of like that's me. You know, that's my story. You know, kind of feeling. And yeah, that would have been circumvented if you got third person all the time. You can see yourself all the time. But I still think I would take seeing yourself at all times over than seeing yourself no times, unless it doesn't have multiplayer. Cyberpunk 2077, as far as I know, is not going to get multiplayer. It maybe with Orion, but we have to see. They haven't confirmed it. But if Cyberpunk was strictly going to be a single player game and it goes to you only see your character at the end, then it will make, like, I can see why you would choose that route. And also it's easier to animate and blah blah blah, you know the deal, all that stuff. So what I'm saying is, this indie game could be a nice, like, if you're tired of Cyberpunk, you want to hop into another Cyberpunk style game, boom. Because Cyberpunk, to be honest, there's not a lot of games or genre in the Cyberpunk field. The closest one recently that gained popularity that I can remember is Love, Death, and Robots, and that was barely Cyberpunk. It has some instances of the Cyberpunk. If you haven't watched that, it's on Netflix. Go watch it. It's pretty good. Anthology, you know the deal. So basically, it's a cool game, indie game. If it drops, I'll talk about whether or not it lived up to what people claimed, and people are comparing this to Cyberpunk only because it's Cyberpunk, the title, and just because there's not many other Cyberpunk games to compare it to. That's why people compare Cyberpunk to GTA, because what else would you compare it to? Even though GTA's Cyberpunk, two different genres, but whatever, you know what I mean? It looks cool, guys. I'm not ragging on it. Single developers and indie games, they got to get their sparks too, but because this looks crispy, I'm not gonna lie. But I need to see more gameplay. I need to see more mission. You know, I need to see more everything. You know what I mean? I don't want to see long corridors, like I said before. All right, enough rambling. All right. If any updates drop, if anything comes out in the booth, I'll let you know. Roll the outro.
Cool. I'm always worried about my city boy.